strap into your tinfoil hats and cover up those poster boards, because things are about to get nuts, and it's important to prepare for the unexpected. This episode, we're bringing you some top-shelf chitter-chatter as we discuss the problematic parenting in Christmas movies, put a new spin on a classic segment in Businesses Someone Should Start, and we will, just you watch, and journey into a doozy of an informative infodump on hyena reproduction that's not for everyone. We're also introducing a new segment song that we're embarrassed about, so nobody listen. Pondering strange social interactions in a new alternative segment. Why do you think that happened? And spending pizza secrets, trying to get a laugh, but harming others in the process.
They said that we'd grow out of it. Well, the joke's on them, that's just our brains. We're eccentric, loud, and stubborn, and most of our clothing is covered in stains. It's not a deficit of attention, there's just too much to think about. So if executive dysfunction becomes a little too much, if you forgot why you came in this room, or you're hypersensitive to touch, then put on your seamless socks and come join our little flock. Bitches stimming together, we're weirds of a feather, weirds of a feather.
Room sounds, give me some room sounds. Rooming the sounds for the room sounds. Was that the DuckTales song?
I don't know. You just started singing it one day, and now it's become our room sound song.
Did you ever watch DuckTales?
I did not watch DuckTales.
I don't know if I watched DuckTales. I get the gist of it, though.
Yeah, I get the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
We were more of PBS kids because we weren't allowed to have other channels. So it was more like Arthur, Wishbone. What's the story, Wishbone?
I remember always going to your house to watch Wishbone.
I loved Wishbone. That's why I know about things like Rip Van Winkle, Don Quixote,
oh yeah,
Julius Caesar. Learned all of that from Wishbone. Thanks, Wishbone.
I remember reading Don Quixote in Spanish class, and no one told me that it was, like, supposed to be silly. And I was like, is he really attacking windmills?
And you were getting mad about the logistics.
Yeah, I was like,
of course you were.
I thought I got the translation wrong. And I was like, what am I reading? And I showed up to Spanish class, and I'm like, I am not as great as I thought I was. And then they're like, yeah, no, he really did attack the windmills. And you're like, oh.
He was mentally ill.
Yeah.
It's a silly story about a mentally ill man.
A mentally ill man who is in need of help.
Yeah.
But everybody thinks he's just being silly.
They're like, oh, that's silly Don Quixote. Look at him go.
It's just him.
Charging those windmills.
I was like, what the frig? But now it made sense the next day. But yeah, I would have Senor Miller, it would have been really nice if you just like preface that like it's supposed to be silly.
It would have been nice if you had done a lot of things differently, Marcos Miller. Like not telling me that I look at the world through poop-colored glasses. Because that really fucked me up for life.
He really hated our whole friend group.
He hated us.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Mo did tell Alyssa Jacobs to call in a bomb threat to get out of a test in front of him.
Yeah. And that was after we had like 3 bomb threats that week, right?
Yeah.
That was a weird week.
That was back when bomb threats were less real and more funny to us, I feel like.
Now they're
not
real.
To joke about bomb threats, but back when we were in high school, it was kind of like people did one, I feel like, once a week just to get out of school.
Yeah.
So it kind of became a bit of a joke.
At least at our school, yeah.
Yeah, we never actually had any real ones.
Now it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
Not as funny. Womp womp. All right, should we get into this?
Yeah.
Should we slap on into this? Oh.
Did you like that?
Yeah. It was okay.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's not my best work, but
you'll get it next time.
Yeah.
Welcome to Weirds of a Feather, an ADHD-Adjacent podcast. I'm your host, Grace Beret.
And I'm your host, Kristen Stanhope.
I feel like we need some kind of like tagline that we use to like introduce the episode or like get into things.
Like a transition.
Yes, because we're so bad at transitions. I feel like we just need to have like a scripted phrase that's different for each of us, and we can kind of use it to move along into the next segment, you know? Like I just use let's slap on into it. I don't know if that's the one I want to stick with, but it's one that I said.
That is correct. That is one that you just said. I like to slap on into it. I don't know. I don't know what mine would be.
How about like pish posh, oh gosh, time to get going.
Oh no.
How's that?
That one, absolutely not. I'm gonna have to remember all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it rolls off the tongue there,
pish posh,
doesn't it?
Oh
Pish
gosh,
posh,
let's
oh gosh.
Let's get going. Do it in a British accent, I prefer. Pish posh.
I can do it in a southern accent.
All right.
Pish posh.
All right, that's better. I think that fits well.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that, and
fine. You come up with one.
I will circle back.
You do better.
Let's
Then
circle
pish posh,
back.
oh gosh,
yeah,
let's get
I
going.
know we need one. Like, I know there's one podcast that's like, let's get on into it, and they always say that, and you're like, that's clever.
Yeah, Wayne from what's it called? Wayne.
Letterkenny.
Yes, Wayne from Letterkenny has Pitter Patter, Let's Get At Her.
Oh yeah. Mario has Here We Go.
Here we go.
Maybe
we can meld all of these together into one perfect phrase for you. We'll brainstorm. We'll brainstorm. Okay.
But we are slapping into it.
Yeah, let's slap on into it.
Slap away. You have a warm-up question?
I do.
Okay.
All right. My question is, when you are trying to pick out what you want for food, like let's say you're ordering delivery.
Okay.
Do you sit and like close your eyes and imagine yourself eating those different foods to help you decide what to pick?
No.
What? How do you decide?
I feel like that's a really good way of going about it. I go with my heart feels.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know how to explain it, but almost like how the Grinch's heart gets like 2 sizes too big when he finds the true meaning of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
When someone finally suggests something that sounds good, my heart grows 2 sizes that day, and then I'm like, that's the one.
See, I feel like I don't know. Like, I just can't make up my mind. I have to like sit and picture myself eating different things. Not picture myself. I'm not actually picturing it because I can't see anything in my mind. But I'm thinking about me sitting in that chair in an hour from now.
Mm-hmm.
Which food do I want to be eating? And I kind of go from there.
I also think like it depends on who you're with, because sometimes it's almost like a negotiation where like you have to kind of negotiate with people who you're with. You're like, well, I really want tacos, but this person really wants, lo mein. So is there like a third option we can agree on together?
Usually for me and Ian, it's like, all right, what do I want? And then he'll like try to work around that.
Well, that's really
because
nice.
I'm pickier.
You are picky.
And he'll eat out of a dumpster. So
yeah.
That's our
I
dynamic.
think I'm not as not picky as Ian, but I think when we order takeout, there's like certain things. One, we have less options than you because we're in the north.
True.
2, Christopher's a bit of a picky eater, even though he says he's not. He is.
He is.
Which is fine. He just has to come to the realization that he's picky.
Yeah, just accept it. I've accepted it about myself, and I don't make any apologies for it.
Right. And so and I also like could eat the same thing from the same 3 restaurants over and over again. There's this one called Boba, and I'm like, I'll get Boba. And he's like, I don't feel like Boba today. And I'm like,
yeah, I got to feel like it.
You got to feel, your heart,
something on any
your
given
heart
day.
And your gut have to work together.
Yeah. One team.
The heart gut team.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I don't visualize or think of myself eating. I just I go with this is another dumb cliche, but relevant. I go with my gut.
Yeah.
And that's how I decide.
Well, you could try my strategy.
I could try. Yeah, I'm most certainly will.
Imagine yourself in the future. Yeah. All right. Well, without further ado, let's slap on into this episode.
See, if you keep doing that, I'm going to keep slapping.
Yeah, it's not great for audio, probably.
There's no way around it of me not slapping.
All right, what if I say, let's tumble into this episode? You going to get up and do a tumble? All right, let's tumble, slap on into this.
Slap and tumble at the same time.
A little slap and tumble.
A slumble.
Yeah, yep. Into This Is Who I Am Now.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
This time it's different. Everything has changed. This is who I am now.
This is who I am now. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Nailed it.
Yeah. It's like a choir in here.
Yeah, really good.
I don't know what flat is, but I think we nailed it.
Yeah. If we're going for flat, we did it.
Got it.
Yep.
Grace.
Yes.
Who are you now?
I am a Desperate Housewives rewatcher.
Ooh.
I watched it a long time ago when it first came out.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that was a show that existed.
I did too.
There's a lot of 2000 shows that, right? Because that was the 2010s.
Probably earlier than that. I would say probably when we were in like high school.
Oh, yeah.
2004-ish.
Oh, jeez.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
But
I forgot that existed.
I did too. But I've gone through so many shows. I've rewatched so many shows that I love. I was kind of looking for, a new rewatch that I hadn't rewatched in a long time. I feel like I always write those shows off. I just kind of blanket statement assume that anything made before 2015, 17 is going to be like horrifying.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff in the 90s and early 2000s that we rewatch now and you're like, I can see how this is problematic.
It's like, oh my God, I can't believe they just said that. So I was worried about it. But you know what? There are some problematic storylines, but overall, I feel like it held up pretty well. I feel like the things that were problematic now were problematic then.
Yeah.
But for the most part,
what?
There's just some, I would say racist storylines of, the one black family that moves into the neighborhood, has a son that they have to, lock up in the basement because he killed a girl. Not a great look, Desperate Housewives. But outside that really unnecessarily problematic storyline, why give that storyline to you're going to move in one black family and have that be the storyline?
You know
really?
What?
Let's make them violent criminals. That are hiding this dark secret and chaining up a man in the basement.
Also, if your parents, there are better ways to hide your murderous son.
Yeah, there are.
You can send him to the woods, like one of those wilderness camps.
Well, those also have their own problems.
Yeah, I know, but
Violent.
I guess if you're a violent criminal, maybe
I feel
that'd be nice.
You could write characters in any way you want, come up with literally any storyline in the world, come up with a different one.
Yeah.
Maybe not that one. Maybe just a different one for that family.
Yeah. Maybe that could be a different family.
Yeah.
And...
Maybe it doesn't have to be a storyline at all. But I feel like I remember that being problematic even back then of being like, oh, this feels weird. But outside of that, I feel like you can rewatch shows and, look at them through a critical lens, but still enjoy the show while critiquing it, It's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched it since it first came out back in high school or whatever, and all of the characters pretty much are neurodivergent, and so I'm really enjoying that aspect of it.
That's lovely.
Bree is so autistic and tightly wound and masked, and so I'm just making my little case studies about each character. Susan,
do you have a notebook?
Audie.
You got to write these things down.
I do. Please.
Oh, really?
I do have a notebook. I literally do. I was thinking about making some Patreon content. I don't know if anyone would be interested in that, but
I'd be interested. I should probably rewatch the show.
Yeah, I think you should.
Or watch it for the first time.
Yeah, because then we could discuss it.
Yeah. What's it on, Hulu?
It is on Freevee, which is something through Amazon where you get it for free, but you just have to watch commercials.
Oh.
Which are annoying, but it's worth it.
Worth it.
Check it out.
Yeah. You know what has a problematic storyline that I just recently rewatched? Rudolph.
Does it?
Yeah.
That they use him after
it's
socially isolating
it's
him?
one of my favorite Christmas movies. It's the felted, the one from the 60s with Burl Ives and everything.
Yeah.
It's classic. And Yukon Cornelius and the Bumble and stuff. Classic. But they're so mean to their son. His father is so toxic. And he's like, wear this fake nose because God forbid you can't be seen in public with your disability. That being said, Christopher and I both agree that we could not be friends with Rudolph because his nose is too bright and Christopher has light sensitivities. Well, it's too bright.
Talk about being discriminatory.
Well, I'm just saying it's just really bright.
Put on some sunglasses.
He put, well, actually that could. But then I would have to get some earplugs because his nose also makes a really annoying noise. And so I said we could communicate via text only, but I couldn't hear him because his nose is too loud.
All right. well, hopefully you won't be friends. Ian and I have been watching some Christmas movies to get into the holiday spirit, and I was making an observation that the majority of Christmas movies are just about like bad fathers. Parents in general,
The true Christmas
but with a
spirit.
focus on bad fathers.
So like Rudolph, we know because
Yes.
his dad and Santa is like, so he's like, oh, now that you're useful,
yeah,
I guess we can
allow you into the group as long as you
right.
provide labor for us.
Right.
Yeah, so Santa sucks.
Santa sucks.
Jingle All the Way. We watched Jingle All the Way with Arnold. Terrible father. Misses all of his son's
That's
stuff for
right.
working at his fucking
Right.
furniture company. Bullshit.
Oh, I forgot that was a movie.
The Santa Claus. Tim Allen sucks as a dad, and he's mad at the stepdad for just like being there and wearing sweaters. He sucks.
And like being supportive.
Yes.
Right.
And he hates him. And he's like made out to be the bad guy, that stepdad. I can't remember his name. But really, Tim Allen is the one who sucks. And his son
Right.
doesn't even like him until he turns into the Santa Claus. Like he has to
Right.
use magic to get his son to like him. Home Alone. Both parents suck.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they like left their child.
Yep.
So.
And Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. The dad especially, it's always placed on the mom.
Right.
But
like the
that's
mom-
under the assumption that like she should be the caretaker. She should be the one who's making
Right.
sure that
It's a
Kevin
group
is there.
effort. Right? There's so many kids there. Can't you open your freaking eyes and just make a head count real quick?
And you made him sleep in the attic, but you're not even going to fucking check on him in the morning to get on this flight. He's like 7 years old.
Right. He's not going to wake up in time. He's 7. He doesn't know what time is.
Exactly. And then in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, they finally find Kevin. And towards the end of the movie, the dad is mad that he racked up all these charges on room service. But it's like, you're lucky Kevin's not dead in the gutters,
He
dude.
could have been.
Also, you just flew fucking 15 people to Florida for vacation.
Right.
The year before, you flew 15 people to Paris.
Right.
You are loaded. You
and
must
they
do
live in a
something with the
mansion in
mob.
Chicago.
Yes.
Like, could you imagine the taxes on that house?
That guy must make multiple millions of dollars a year.
I don't think room service is a big deal.
So what if Kevin spent $900 and whatever dollars on room service? Like, once again, Kevin should be dead. If he wasn't so scrappy, he would probably, any other kid would be dead in that situation.
And also, like, not one person decided to call DCS
I was
on
going to
that.
say, your lucky child
Right.
services isn't taking away your 5 children. You don't deserve them. Terrible parents. All right, anyways. Kristen, who are you now?
Oh, that was a good
You
one.
like that one?
That was a good one.
Thank you.
What a range.
Yeah, that's me.
I am a email looker adder.
Just looking,
I am just looking. Yeah.
taking in the views.
Yeah. I've been looking at work emails and I've been proud of myself because I look at them. I don't respond.
But you see them and you know they're
I know
there.
that they are there.
And that's what matters when it comes to emails.
Exactly. I'm not going to respond to them. That's way too much. But I realized I have 2 screens at work, and we got like a update because I don't know why, but my other screen didn't work, so I just used it as like a really expensive place to put all kinds of sticky notes, which I still do on my second screen. But now that we've got this computer update, I can put my email on one screen and then do all my charts on the other screen.
Wonderful.
So I kind of look at them as they pop up, but I'm not responding. I got to keep that precedent intact, that I am not an email person.
Yeah. You don't want people getting the wrong idea.
Right. I can't have people find out that I'm actually looking at the emails they sent me because, who knows what that would lead to. They might.
More emails, probably.
More emails requesting a response.
Oh,
no, thank
can
you.
you imagine?
Yeah. But
Just a quiet observer.
yeah, exactly. Observer from afar.
Yes.
But yeah, I am doing that and I'm proud of myself.
Good job.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're halfway there.
Halfway there.
You gonna turn that into a song? Or?
I was thinking about it and then I realized it's already a song. But
I love that one. Halfway there. We're halfway there.
No, it's the
halfway there.
The Living on a Prayer.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, I could turn it into a different song.
Yeah, called Halfway There.
Not all the way there, but halfway there.
All right.
What?
Should we tumble on into the next segment?
Next segment, let's go.
Which we don't have a song for.
We also don't have a song for this one, yeah.
Yep. But guys, we did write a song.
Don't tell me yet.
Okay.
We're not there yet.
For another segment. I won't tell you yet. You'll just be surprised. But we don't have a song for this next segment, which is businesses so much it started, just not us.
What a jingle to that.
Yeah, just use your imaginations. We'll come up. We can't do it all at once. Let's not be crazy.
Right. It's work in progress. Yeah. Right? It's never a finished product. We gotta let it
stew, you know? Yeah, one day it'll just flow out of us.
Yes.
Is kind of what we're hoping for.
Exactly.
Hasn't happened yet, but we're hopeful.
One day. Yep. One day. Grace, you thought of a new business.
I did.
Yes.
All right. My business.
Okay.
This is a service where you FaceTime someone and you show them your messy room or like a task you have to start, but you don't know how to get started. And they will tell you where to start, what to get done first, and like where to put things. You know, when you're just like so overwhelmed by like how to get going,
like
how to prioritize.
It's like a decision paralysis almost.
Yes.
Yes.
And sometimes
all the time.
You just need someone to like tell you what to do and where to start. I feel like that should be a service already.
It should be. That'd be an easy service. Shoot, Christopher used to do that to me before we started.
Exactly.
Before we moved in.
That's kind of what made me think of it.
I would call him and be like, I'm in a crisis. I don't know what to do, how to clean, or what to start. And then he'd be like, okay, here's a playlist on Spotify. Like by the time you get to the third song, you should have all the dishes cleaned or something like that. And then he'd call me. We both listen to it together, and he'd call me back by the time the third song ended or something like that.
That's perfect. That's a great idea. And then
we should tell Christopher about this. He can make his own business.
Yeah, he could. Christopher, are you hearing that?
Are you listening?
But we get 50% if you're going to start this business.
Right.
But you wouldn't even need people. I mean, I guess you could offer it as an in-person service locally, but you could really just start it virtually. Yeah. Where you just FaceTime in, you know, do a little, walk through. Yeah. Of, this is everything I have to do, or this is my room. I don't even know where to begin. And they tell you what to do.
Yeah. I also, like, breaking the tasks up is really hard. Like, when you have, like, laundry is so many steps, right? It's washing, it's putting in the dryer, it's folding, it's putting away and hanging up all the things you need to hang up.
Yeah.
If you could just like break that up for me, being like, okay, first you're going to just start by taking the dirty laundry to the washer or something like that. That's huge. But I have or when you're like, I gotta clean the house, well, like that's many things.
Yeah. And I know there are people out there who, talk about that on TikTok or whatever, where they're like, when you're going to clean your house, start here. But I feel like making it individualized would be really helpful.
Right.
Because it's hard to seek those out in the moment where you're just like so overwhelmed that you just like shut down and do nothing.
Yeah.
That I'd like to have someone to see my situation.
Like a crisis center.
Crisis alert.
For task paralysis.
Yeah. Task paralysis crisis center.
Yes. That's what it's
That's
called.
a good idea. Well, so my idea for the name was the Task Paralysis Tacklers.
Ooh, I like that.
And I was thinking it could kind of have like a football theme.
Ooh. Yes.
Like, I don't know, maybe they have jerseys.
Yeah.
Maybe they wear the eye black. Whatever, under the eyes. So it feels fun.
Everyone
feels fresh.
Is jacked.
Yeah, just a bunch of huge people.
When you FaceTime in, it's like, just their neck, just their head, neck. And the thick neck.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to have a thick neck to work here.
Yeah.
That's a requirement.
One of the requirements.
Yeah. You can be any gender. It doesn't have to just be, men.
You have a minimum neck diameter.
Yeah. We'll have measurements that you have to take. We'll send you tape measures. And you must, do a weekly neck measurement weigh-in.
Weekly neck measurement.
To keep up, like, the intimidation factor, so people trust you.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you can't just be like, oh, wouldn't it be great if you could, fold the clothes? You gotta be like...
You got a little chicken neck? Yeah.
Yeah. No way.
No.
No.
I'm not
you
listening
gotta be, like, in my face.
Yeah. But kindly.
Kindly.
Yes.
And supportive, being like, you're going to fold the shit out of those clothes. They're going to look great.
Yeah.
Then
shouting affirmations. Yeah.
You're going to be proud of yourself. And you are loved.
Now fucking fold your laundry.
Yeah, fold your laundry. Clean that litter box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I
feel inspired.
Right?
I'm ready to fold some laundry.
And then, you just call them in, FaceTime them in, and they, maybe...
You matter.
Do you want to be one of these tacklers?
I don't know if my neck's thick enough,
but... I think you got to bulk up.
Yeah.
Do some neck exercises.
Yeah.
Neck exercises. Yeah, there you go.
Neck exercise.
Yeah, neck exercise. Yeah, so if you out there want to be a task paralysis tackler, or if you're interested in the service, or you want to start your business, throw us 50%, obviously.
It's Tacklin time. That's our slogan. Yeah.
I like that. So you call in and they say, it's Tacklin time. And you could even have them, I guess you could pay extra to have them come over and tackle you if you don't do your tasks.
I really got to bulk up now.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, now I really got to bulk up.
But that's the threat. You might get tackled.
You might get tackled.
Within reason. It'll be a fun tackle.
Yeah.
Bring a big pad.
Like pillows and stuff.
Yeah, put it down.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, this is your punishment. You get tackled.
You can even opt in for just like a long pressurized hug.
A tight squeeze?
Yeah. Thank you. Yes. That's what I was looking for.
A long pressurized hug or a tight squeeze.
Because sometimes that's what people need more than anything.
Yes. It's a tight squeeze.
Unless you hate touch.
Yeah. And then you don't get touched.
Yeah.
That's
but maybe that's like one of the things instead of tackled, you just get hugged a lot and
you'll hate it.
You'll hate it.
You better get going.
I love this idea.
I do too. And I think it could be really good.
Because there's lots of like body doubling things, right?
Oh, yeah. So another aspect of this business is that, the in-person one or I guess it doesn't have to be in person. It could be virtual, but you hire someone to go through a task with you and help you make a game plan and then tackle it. So it's like the task paralysis tacklers plus body doubling.
Ooh. You know what I realized, and this is getting away from the subject, I listen to a lot of podcasts while I'm doing chores and stuff because instead of music, because it's almost like I'm body doubling because it almost feels like they're there.
Yep.
And I get all my things done. And when I listen to music, I kind of just like stare off into space because I don't have my little people in my ear talking. I need someone there with me.
I'm always listening to podcasts when I do stuff around the house. Yeah, because it feels like comforting.
Well, I'm always like, oh, maybe I'll just jam out to music. But like, no, I can't. It's got to be.
It doesn't work for me.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
I become wistful.
Wistful?
Yeah, just like I get caught up in the emotions of the music and I can't be having that. I need a distraction. I need to feel like I'm there with friends. And a little chitter chatter.
Yeah, it works really well. It just came to me one day. I was like, oh, this is why this works for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's probably what people use our podcast for. Oh. Just some like background chitter chatter,
If you use our podcast for background chitter chatter, please write in to weirdsofeather@gmail.com. Or maybe I'll make it a poll question. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Do you use WOF as background chitter chatter? What? We could be theoretically, we're body doubling with someone right now.
Yeah, we are. We're there with them. Yeah.
Oh.
While they're doing stuff. What are you doing right now? You cleaning?
Doing some dishes.
Got a sponge.
Good cleaner solution.
Yeah, wiping things down.
Maybe a broom.
You walking your dog.
Oh.
What's going on?
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
This is inspiring.
Yeah, I feel inspired as shit.
I love this idea. Let's start this service.
I legitimately want to. Yeah, never mind. You're right. You're right. We want this one.
Yeah, we're taking it. Businesses someone should start, and it's us.
And we will. Just you watch.
Yeah, it's happening.
I feel like it wouldn't take that much to start it, although I'm not very good at deciding which task should be started first.
Yeah, but
I think the only problem. I feel like I'd need to be a customer. If it's someone else's.
I think you could do it if it's someone else's.
Yeah, but I go into if you give a moose a muffin mode very easily where I'm like, well, if you're going to do that, first you need to do this, but first you need to do that. And before you can do that, then you need to do this. And I just go around and around in a circle.
I think I could do this.
Okay. Maybe you and Christopher are the tacklers.
We're the tacklers.
Bulk up those necks. You'll be the tacklers. And I'm the CEO. I delegate. I make the
delegating?
plan.
Yeah, you can't.
I'll create the app.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And I'll deal with customers, customer service.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because
I don't want to be customer service.
Like they might want, either you or Christopher, depending on their personality types and what they're looking for.
Yeah. I'm not for everybody.
You'll have a tougher approach than Christopher probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got dad energy.
I've got angry dad energy.
Yeah, you do. Mad dad energy.
Mad dad energy.
Whereas I think Christopher will be a little more lenient and understanding.
Nana energy.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's okay that you didn't accomplish this. You tried your best.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, are you goddamn kidding me?
I'm going to come there and tackle the shit out of you.
Unlock your doors.
Yeah. So you can kind of just decide which approach works best for you. If you want to be like threatened into it, or you want to have, that sweet Nana energy.
Yeah.
I don't know if Christopher will like us describing him as a sweet Nana, but that's what you got.
I think it's accurate.
I think he'll help you come up with like creative solutions to your problems, Whereas Kristen will be like, these are the facts. These are what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Boom,
if
boom,
you
boom,
want
task.
something, he's very good at like finding a more efficient way to do something. So if you're into that, call him. And if you just want something done and to be peer pressured into it, I'm your girl. I'm your girl.
She'll harass you.
Yep.
All right. Keep an eye out for our business drop.
The Task Tackler Crisis Center.
Crisis line for task paralysis people.
LLC.
It flows nicely. I think we got something. All right. Let's cruise on into our next segment because we've
got a song.
Have, unfortunately,
it's
a new song.
A new song. And you know what?
I'm embarrassed already.
I'm excited. Yep. I'm embarrassed. I'm nervous. But I also want your honest opinion. We've got a new song for our Informative Infodump.
Yeah.
And I just want to say this was inspired by Jamie. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Jamie. So blame her if you hate it.
Yeah, don't blame us.
It's Jamie's fault.
Yeah, it's definitely Jamie's fault.
Yeah.
Are you ready? So this is our segment, Informative Infodumps, and here's our song.
Yep.
Okay.
A la the BC Boys vibes.
It's very much as a huge BC Boy fan, I'm excited about this.
I'm nervous, but let's do it
anyways.
It's
going to be great. It's going to be great. Okay. All right. I just got to get in stretch my neck a little bit. Get in the mode.
Stretch that big, thick neck.
Yeah.
Turn your hat backwards.
Yeah. We need like that, like fisheye camera.
Oh, yeah.
And some baggy pants.
Yeah. Some Janko.
Some Janko jeans. You
want me to drop a beat? No.
Yeah, no, don't, please, for the love of God.
Everyone forget I just said that.
Yeah. All right. It's a work in progress, but let me know what you think. Okay? Ready?
Yep.
Grace, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. This is our info. These are our dumps. Put on your headphones, sit on your rumps. Learning facts we really don't need. It's a hyperfocus as you can see.
I'm so excited to listen to that back.
Oh, it's so bad.
It is something. At least
you know
we
what?
got a song.
It's a song.
It is a song. Technically.
And honest feedback is appreciated, kind of.
I don't know. Don't make it too honest.
Yeah. How about kind but honest feedback is appreciated?
If you can manage those two.
Yeah. And suggestions are heavily encouraged.
Yeah. If you got any suggestions for us.
If you're like, listen, I'm a Beastie Boys fan, and I don't think they would have wanted it like this.
I think they'd be really upset by this portrayal.
Really embarrassed and upset that this was inspired by them and didn't want their, art to come to this.
Yeah. Please don't interpret them this way.
Yeah. But anyway.
Grace,
you've got an informative info dump for us.
I do. As you just heard, this is Informative Info Dumps. And get ready, because we're about to dump.
We're about to dump. And from what I've heard, it's a doozy of a dump.
It is a doozy of a dump. A D of a D. This Informative Info Dumps, Kristen, are you ready? It is about hyena reproduction.
I'm already upset. Why? How?
You might be thinking why and how. And
yes.
Do we need this?
Yeah.
Out there? My answer is yes, we do need this.
Do we?
Maybe.
I don't even like human reproduction methods.
Well, I thought this was very interesting, and I have been learning a lot about it, and so I thought...
How did we get... What?
How did we get... You might be asking yourself, how did we get here? I was reading a thread on Reddit about, for some reason, I don't know what it started with, something about the birthing process of people.
Sure.
And people were talking about how humans have it the worst.
Yeah, because our pelvises are not big enough for our giant heads.
Yeah. But someone mentioned that no, hyenas actually have it the worst. And I looked it up and they absolutely do have it the worst. And I had no idea. And I think hyenas deserve the recognition for the torture they endure. So.
The females.
Yes. Yeah. The males don't really have to go through this. It's the female hyenas that deserve some recognition. So here we go.
Oh, man.
Hang on.
Content warning?
Yeah, I guess if you're sensitive to this stuff, maybe...
Like maybe if you had a hard time with the vampire cannibals.
Yeah, this is
Susan.
different, but similar in the sense that it'll be a little graphic. And if that's not your bag, then skip ahead about 15 minutes.
All right.
And if it is your bag, get ready to
Get
learn
ready.
something.
Yeah.
Okay. From AtoZAnimals.com in an article titled Hyena Birth, What Makes It So Unique by Rebecca Bales.
Oh, poor Rebecca. How'd you get suckered into writing this?
She wanted to. She is just as interested in hyena birth as I am. Rebecca says there are 4 different species in the hyena family.
All right, wait, what?
Yep. There are 4. Yeah. And 3 of the 4, including the spotted hyena, the brown hyena, and the aardwolf, are
never heard of this animal.
Same, which is why it's good to learn about it, are all found in sub-Saharan Africa, while the striped hyena is endemic to both North Africa and Asia. Doesn't endemic mean bad? Like it's...
You're thinking of a pandemic.
Yes.
We just had one of those.
But doesn't... Thank you. Thank God you said that.
I'm
Thought endemic means that, like, it's spreading. Maybe it doesn't have to be negative, but I thought it meant
regularly occurring within an area or community.
Okay.
So native and restricted to a certain place.
Okay. So I guess it doesn't have to be negative.
It can.
It can be.
But it
but
doesn't
it's
have
not,
to be.
Not when it comes to the striped hyena. They just...
Are we talking striped hyenas or spotted?
We're talking spotted. I was just telling you about the 4 types of hyena.
What the hell is an aardwolf?
It's a type of hyena. We're not going into them today. Forget about them. We are going to be talking specifically about the spotted hyena. So of all 4 species, only the spotted hyena has a matriarchal society. Congrats. Yeah. In which all female members rank higher than the males.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Giving them greater access to food and resources.
Well, yeah, because they're having the babies. They need more food.
Yeah, but with great power comes great responsibility, because this becomes maybe a negative for those females.
Oh, it can never be easy, huh?
No, you can't just let women be in charge.
Yeah,
you have to give them micro penises out of which they must give birth.
What?
I'll get into it. So from another article on AfricaGeographic.com titled The Birth of Hyena Cubs, the Good, the Bad, and the Gory, hyena births are particularly interesting and, quite frankly, a little bizarre. We might know the hyena for its infamous laugh, but the female hyena anatomy
Whoopi Goldberg did it best.
Is definitely no laughing matter.
Oh, I hate that.
You like that line?
Yeah, no, I don't.
It was from the article. I didn't write it.
Oh, wow. Oh.
That's right. Whoopi was one of the hyenas
she was.
on Lion King.
She was the great she was a good one.
And she did pottery with Patrick Swayze in Ghost, as we all know. That infamous role.
I wish that would have been a hell of a movie.
That's what I'm saying. Justice for Whoopi.
It was a miscast, if anything.
That's what I'm saying. So spotted hyenas live in a clan dominated by one female, known as the matriarch, and all females outrank males.
Okay.
While this is quite unusual in the animal kingdom, there's a good reason why girl power rules the hyena clans. Female hyenas have 3 times more testosterone in their bodies than their male counterparts. That's wild.
That is wild.
So this results in them being more muscular and more aggressive. Okay. And as if that wasn't enough, it also causes the hyena females to grow a pseudopenis. This makes it incredibly difficult to differentiate between male and female hyenas. And in case you were wondering, yes, they are capable of an erection. I also didn't write that line.
What is a pseudopenis?
A pseudopenis is a fake penis. A penis that's not quite a penis.
Like a really elongated clitoris?
Yes, well, let me tell you.
And then that begs another question. Do hyenas have clitori?
Listen up and I will tell you.
Okay, all right. I'm so
It's almost like this is what I'm describing. This is what we're here to talk about.
Yeah,
I'm pseudopeni.
Wildly uncomfortable, but yes.
I feel great. So while it may superficially resemble the male genitalia, the pseudopenis is actually just an enlarged clitoris. A vestigial structure present in just about all mammalian female bodies. Mammalian, that's a hard word.
I don't think it's vestigial. I think it has a fucking purpose.
Well, it can be retracted back into the abdomen when not in use. And the normal vaginal opening is fused together into a fake scrotum that doesn't really serve much of a purpose. Yuck. So internally, the female anatomy looks mostly as you would expect.
Wait a minute. You're telling me that the same way I can like flip a sweater inside out and outside in, they can do that with their clitoris and vagina and just make it into a penis and a scrotum.
Yeah, it's just a pseudo penis. Yeah, just like a sweater. Yeah, I never said that this was enjoyable to learn about. I think it's important to learn about, though, because isn't this interesting?
This is, when you're like, I know most things, I know the gist of most things, and then you come across a fact that makes you truly humbled.
Reevaluate life. Yes.
Yeah.
This is that?
Yep.
Thank you. I'm taking that as a compliment. That's why I want to talk about it, because I was like, I've never heard of this before, and I think more people should know, because I have to. So
this
if I have
unique in the animal kingdom, right? The spotted hyena is the only one that does this?
I believe so, but that might lead me down another rabbit hole, and we might learn about more pseudopenis animals in the future.
The pseudopeni?
Yes, the pseudopeni. So internally, the female anatomy looks mostly as you would expect. There's the typical hyena birth canal and the uterus like all other females. Her body also produces normal eggs that must be fertilized by sperm. Okay. But the pseudopenis does introduce several anatomical complications.
Yeah, because it's like a flipped inside-out sweater.
Yeah.
How do you get the sperm up there?
I don't know.
I need a drawing.
I'm not going to do that for you. You can look up pictures. I don't think you'll be happy.
Where's like Netter's anatomy, but for hyena? Hyena.
A hyena. I didn't look up pictures because I feel like just the description is enough for me.
You're going to have a weird algorithm on your computer now.
So are you if you're looking up pictures.
Yeah, I guess so. We're in it together.
Yeah, you can go into that if you want, but just use your imagination. The power of imagination.
Steve Irwin never talked about this.
I know. What the fuck, Steve?
Come on.
This, I feel like,
rest in peace.
Should be known, yes. So the female must do all of her normal business out of the pseudopenis, including such functions as female copulation. So how does the male penis go into the pseudopenis like a docking situation? Maybe don't let your kids listen to this episode. We should have said that up top. Unless you want them to know about anatomy.
Maybe
it's important.
Maybe
said sweater, I think it would push it in.
And it goes right side out, but in, and it goes, and it's correct.
And it is so. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. You can watch a video, but I guess they're banging through this with this.
The vaginal canal is the pseudoscrotum.
Yes. And the clitoris, the enlarged clitoris.
Pseudopenis.
So are they having sex with the scrotum? The vaginal opening is fused.
It's penis to scrotum.
The vaginal opening is fused together into a fake scrotum that doesn't actually serve much of a purpose. Okay, so no, it's the pseudopenis. That's how they have sex, it seems like. The female must do all of her normal business out of it, including female copulation, urination, and birth. 2 of these functions obviously haven't evolved with the penis in mind.
Yeah.
You think? So I'm guessing when we say pseudopenis, it is like a turtleneck where, it may be long, but it still has an opening at the end.
Yeah.
For the sperm to get in there.
Okay.
Not like a closed penis head.
How do they control the retraction? You're
asking more details than I can
Is it
provide.
Always out there and it's like once it's out, it can't go back in?
No, it can retract.
It can retract at will?
I don't know. Well, they get erections, so I think it'll pop out when they get an erection. I'm sorry, I don't have a more detailed description of how this copulation works with the pseudopenis. But I felt like this was enough information, but apparently not. It never is with you. Okay.
How does it work?
I don't know the exact technical details of...
It's got to be penis to fake pseudoscrotum.
No, the scrotum doesn't do anything.
But that's where the vaginal canal is, right?
The vaginal canal doesn't matter, it sounds like.
But
doing everything.
That's where when babies, when
they're giving birth out of the pseudopenis.
Yes, but in order to get the sperm to the uterus so that it can get to an egg and then implant into the uterus, it has to go through the vaginal canal, through the cervix, right?
I don't know.
It doesn't go to the clitoris. That's just like an organ. That's a sensory organ of veins and stuff.
But if they give birth out of the pseudopenis, then
they've got to be giving birth out of the pseudoscrotum.
No, it's the pseudopenis.
It's not the pseudopenis.
This is what I'm talking about. This is why I'm sharing. They have to give birth out of the pseudopenis. This is why we're here. This is why we're all here.
But
we all had to come out of a pseudopenis to get here. Listen to me when I talk. Listen to what I'm about to say. No surprise here. But giving birth is quite a painful process for the mother and often tragic for her babies. Hyenas usually bear litters of 2 to 4 cubs, but sadly about 60% of them suffocate on their way out.
60%?
Yes. The mothers are also in danger as the birth canal is only an inch in diameter, often making the birthing process fatal, as evidenced by the high death rate for first-time mothers.
This is just not good.
I think the death rate for first-time hyena mothers was like 90% or something.
How is this still a species?
I don't know. It also says the spotted hyena cubs are born with their eyes open, which is scary, contrary to the other 2 species, and the hyena cubs will suckle for as long as 12 to 18 months, which is unusually long for carnivores. At about 5 months old, they will begin to snack on meat from kills near the den. Then, when they are about a year old, cubs will begin to follow their mothers on their hunting and scavenging forays. Until then, they are left behind at the den with a babysitting adult. And that's all I have about it. But they're giving birth out of the pseudopenis. So all the other anatomy must be connected through that. So they must be getting fucked through there. Sorry, that was vulgar. But they must be having
it's got to
sex
be one hole.
Yes. It sounds like the scrotum, the fake scrotum just is closed up. It doesn't matter.
Closed up. But somehow
nothing's going in there.
Pseudopenis leads to the what is the vaginal canal.
Yes. Isn't that wild?
This is wild. And I don't understand.
I know. Look up.
I think you brought up more questions than answers.
For you, I guess I did. I always do. I'm always like, this will be enough. This is enough information. I don't need to go.
I need a picture.
More into detail.
But I don't want it. But
you need it.
It's like.
Should we look at it real quick?
Am I gonna lose sleep? It's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Right? Because you'll lose sleep with these questions of yours. Cue the music. So, yes, it looks like pseudopenis goes up, takes a sharp turn.
Yeah, that is sharp.
Bangs a 90-degree left.
Oh, it's less than 90 degrees. It's like a
45?
45.
Bangs a hard left into the vagina, cervix, and uterus. And that's what it looks like.
Oh, here's like a Grey's Anatomy style drawing. Oh, but it's unlabeled. This is... Come on, man.
All right. Well, I feel like I get the idea.
I need more.
No. That's all you get. Yep, that's all I get. All right. So if you at home want to look up a picture of this, it's not as horrifying as I thought it would be because there's lots of drawings, anatomical drawings. But essentially, yes, what I was saying is correct, that they have to... the little pseudopenis is connected to the uterus in a crazy series of events. And they got to squeeze it all the way out of there. No wonder they're all dying. God. Did that help you understand? Do you feel like your questions have been answered?
I have one more question, but I'm like embarrassed.
What you got?
How do they pee? They must pee out of this pseudopenis as well.
Yeah, they must. Yeah, it says they, right?
I feel like
urination.
Urination.
And birth and copulation. They're doing everything out of the pseudopenis.
It's like a cloaca.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Minus the poop.
Yeah.
God damn.
All right.
Well,
we can't go into that any further. We've
gone
what? Into it enough.
I'm glad we looked at pictures.
Yeah, I'm really relieved.
My mind is almost at ease.
Okay. Well, if you at home want to check it out, do it. If you feel like it, don't feel like you have to. Hopefully.
The pictures help.
But only so much. Because it really is like a mind fuck.
Yeah.
Of nature.
Nature's crazy.
All right, and that was my informative info dump. I hope you learned a lot.
What a dump.
I hope that lives in your brain forever. I bet it will, because it's in mine. So
how am I going to go to work tomorrow knowing this,
I don't know.
This is something like one of those things you need to talk about with someone, but like probably not appropriate for work.
Well, why do you think I brought it up on this podcast?
Yeah.
I had to get it out somewhere. I had to share
hate
this
that.
knowledge with
You
the
have all
world.
this like hidden knowledge, and you're like, it's not appropriate. It's not appropriate. No one wants to know.
There's almost never an appropriate time
There's
to bring that up.
never time for this.
conversation.
But it's gonna build. It's gonna come out at the worst moment.
You know what? If you're ever at a party and someone brings up hyenas, I bet you're going to share this fact and everyone's going to hate it. Good way to make friends. Good way to make friends with the one weirdo there who's like, oh, tell me more.
Yeah, it's a good like filtering system.
Yeah, anyone who's like too grossed out
Everybody's
to
like,
listen, probably just not your type of friend.
yeah.
And if you were too grossed out to listen to that, I don't blame you. That's okay. Pseudopenises aren't for everyone. All right, and with that, let's get on the road because we are already going too long.
Per usual.
Yep. And I think it is time for
alternative segments. Beep, 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 beep. Wow!
alternative segments. All right, on this week's alternative segments, we're doing Why Do You Think That Happened? This is a segment that I came up with. Ian came up with the title. He was very proud of it. I want to give him credit for Why Do You Think That Happened?
Yay, Ian.
All right. I will share mine, and then you can share yours.
Okay. And this segment is about
Just-
us not understanding.
Just kind of strange social interactions where you can't really understand what happened or why this person maybe responded or reacted this way. And you're just kind of left thinking, like, why did that just happen? What's going on there?
Okay.
All
Right.
I feel like I have lots of interactions like
Sure.
that in life where I'm just left feeling confused about why they responded that way.
That's fair.
All right. So this one happened to me a few weeks ago. I always do a Hannaford pickup grocery order because I don't like going to the grocery store. And I was making my chowder. And so I had like a bunch of bags that I needed to pick up. Go pick up my order, get home, unpacking my stuff. They fucking forgot one of my bags. Of course they did. It had like all the corn in it. I was making corn chowder.
Corn chowder.
But bonus, I didn't tell them this, but I got someone else's bag instead. And it had 4 items in it and they were all bangers. They were all like things I was psyched about. It was like popsicles,
Yes.
Newman's Own frozen pizza.
Oh, heck yeah.
There's a little chicken pot pie in there.
Ooh.
And there was
What
like
a treat.
There was like one other thing in there. And they were all things that I would eat.
Well, that's not your fault that they messed up.
Right? That's on them.
That's like, if anything, like severance.
Yes.
Is that the right word?
No. Severance is when you're getting fired. It is.
Justification.
No.
No. There's a word.
I can't think of it. I know what
Okay,
you're talking
yeah.
about, though. But anyways, so a few hours later, Ian and I are going to the fish store, the aquarium store. We're not buying fish to eat. We're buying fish to look at in a tank. And we're headed back home and we're going past Hannaford. And I was like, oh, let's pull in here and I will call them from the to-go spot and tell them, you forgot my bag. I need it. I need it back.
I need my bag.
Give me those bags. So
Those bags.
I called them and I said, oh, I was just here a few hours ago and I was picking up an order and you left out one of my bags. So the guy asked me my name. He asked me like for so much information. He's looking me up in the system and then he asks what number my order was.
I feel like that would have been like the first question. Like, what's your name and what's your order number?
Or I feel like if you have my name, why do you also need this additional information? They must have some kind of complicated system there.
What is your favorite color?
Yeah. What's your address?
Yeah.
So I told him, I was like, oh, I think it was 80. And he goes, 80? I was like,
What?
No, then maybe something different. Maybe
Am I
a
at the
different,
wrong store?
maybe a different number. And he was like, hold on, I'll see it. I'll look. And he like went and looked. And then a few minutes later, he came out with my bag and he had it. And it was number 80. It was order number 80.
Why is he so upset?
So why did he
80?
What? 80? Why did he respond that way? I was so confused. I felt like, I don't know, maybe not then 80, maybe a different 100,
Maybe a different number.
And it was number 80. I was right. And then he brought it out and he was like, technically, I think I'm supposed to give you a gift card. And I was like, I'll take a gift card. And he was like,
Yes.
he kind of like sighed and then like went back in, back on his little
You can't just
computer.
say, technically, I'm supposed to give you a gift card
I think
and
he
not...
was like, expecting me to be like, no, that's okay. But I was like, fuck you. You did forget my order. I had
Yeah.
to come back here, not telling him about the free bag of stuff I got, but I did have to come back here and pick up my order. I had to have this weird phone interaction with you that I'm now going to be thinking about forever.
Why was he like that?
Why did he say it like that? 80?
80?
So now Ian and I yelled at each other all the time because it was such a big overreaction, and it really startled me and really confused me. So my question is, why do you think that happened?
I don't know.
Kylie says that maybe it was
Kylie from Dark Down East?
Yes, the very same. She says that maybe it was one of his orders and there were multiple people bringing out orders and he couldn't believe that it was one of his orders that he had left out. But it still seems like a big reaction.
Right.
Like I was wrong, which
Especially
I wasn't.
if he had the bag right there.
Yeah, he could have just looked at it.
Also, you would think that you would know once once bags go and come and go.
Yeah.
That you'd oh, these people are probably going to be back for their bag because we missed it.
Yeah, you'd think he would have seen that sitting on the shelf because it was a few hours later, so I'm sure he was into the hundreds or 200s.
I'm surprised they didn't call you about it.
Yeah, I don't know. And then why was he so shocked? Yeah, you'd think that he would have taken note of it and been like, oh, there's still a bag for number 80 here. Maybe she'll come back for it. But he acted like he had never heard the number 80 before in his life. I just made up a number.
Weird. But they should have called you about that anyway, because that's what Shaw's did. Because I did a pickup order once and they forgot a bag and a bubble water, and they called me as soon as I, was out of the parking lot. They're like, can you come back because we forgot one of your bags and a bubble water? And I was like, well, shoot, yeah.
That would have been nice customer service.
Yeah.
That is not what happened.
I feel like lesson learned.
Yep.
You got to go to Shaw's.
I guess so. But I like to use this Hannaford because that's my routine and I know about it. But 80! And I think maybe 10 years ago, Grace, when he said, technically I'm supposed to give you a gift card, I would have been like, no, that's okay, being a people pleaser. But 33-year-old Grace said, yes, I would like that fucking gift card that you owe to me.
Yeah,
it's not like it comes out of your own pocket. It was $20.
Oh, shit. Heck yeah. Yeah, if it was a $5 gift card, I'm like, nah. $20?
If it were $5, I would still make him give it to me because I don't like the implication that you shouldn't have to give it to me. If you owe it to me, technically, I would like my fucking gift card.
Technically, I'm supposed to give you a gift card. First of all, fuck off, man. You forgot one of my bags.
Exactly. This is on you. And it's not like it comes out of his own pocket. It's a Hannaford gift card.
Yeah.
Are you getting smacked in the back if you have to give out a gift card? You get a little slap on the hand? Why are you so upset about it?
Yeah.
80!
I'm so confused.
I am too. So if you think you have the answer for why that happened, let us know at weirdswithfeather@gmail.com.
Yeah, write us on in.
Yeah.
Let's chat about it.
Yeah. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on why he had such a big reaction to that. It reminded me of Craig from Parks and Recreation.
Oh, yeah.
She's my niece and she drove me here.
Or when he's talking about the grass.
Oh, yeah, on the phone.
Yeah. I want Kentucky Blue and I want it now, or whatever you wanted.
I love him, Billy Eichner. All right, Kristen, what's your story?
My story is called Tinfoil Fob. And this occurred a couple weeks ago. I parked my car and I'm walking through. We have to park in a garage. And then you kind of walk through a parking lot that patients park in to get to the front door to the hospital. And it is 6:45 in the morning. I'm hustling because I'm supposed to be there at 6:30 or something. And this guy who he's older, he's kind of balancing a couple things on his walker, and then and he's flagging me over, and he's like, miss, and I was like, oh my God. And he's by his car with the trunk open, and I was like, oh man, first of all, this is probably one of the patients I'm supposed to see in the office today, but two, what's going on? Also, why is he here so early? Offices don't open till 8, but that's fine. It's a different question. And I was like, yeah, what can I help you with? What's going on? And he is starts going on and on and on about all these things. And I'm like, okay, do you need help? What's your question here? I've never been so upfront with a patient before, but he was just
he wasn't your patient though.
He wasn't even a patient.
He wasn't even a patient.
Yeah, he's just a man on the street flagging me down.
You don't owe him anything.
I was just in no mood to entertain this gentleman, and he's nothing makes sense. And I was like, what is your question? Do you need help with anything? What's up? And he was like, oh, no, but did you know? And basically proceeded to tell me that every time I click my fob, my key fob for my car, it sends signals to a satellite. And that's how the people, didn't really name what people, were able to get all your information. And I was like, sir, that is frankly untrue.
Also, like, what kind of information would be would be newly sent to the satellite that wasn't sent when the car was made?
Yeah,
What information would this be giving to the people?
And he's like, what you need to do is wrap your fob in tinfoil. And that's how the people don't get your information. These people. We don't know who the people are.
Just the people.
The people, yes. The people who take your information. And I was like, no, that's not true.
Was his fob wrapped in tinfoil?
No, that's
what
the
are
other
you
thing.
doing?
His fob wasn't even wrapped in tinfoil. And I was like, absolutely, no, sir. I was like, that's fake and lies. That's not a thing that happens. They don't steal your information from your fob. That's just silly.
As if there aren't also, like, microchips in the car. Like, if they wanted to track you, which they probably are, they already are.
The government, they already they know every Amazon purchase and everything. They already know. Just give in.
Yeah.
It happens.
I'm sure you have a cell phone.
Right? You have a cell phone. They know exactly what's in your bank account, buddy.
And if you've used the fob one time, you've already sent your information to these people.
They already have your information. And so not only is he, like, telling me I need to, like, stop everything I'm doing and wrap my fob in tinfoil so these mysterious people don't steal my information, but then he's like, I need you, specifically me, to spread the word. I'm already late. I'm already late for work, and I already have the surgeons saying, like, hey, like, where are you? Like, this is taking so long. And I'm like, I just go, sir, frankly, I'm not going to do that because that's a bunch of bullshit. Like, there's no way I'm going to do that. And you shouldn't listen to these. I don't know where you heard this, buddy, but that's not a thing that happens. That's not how fobs work. And he's like, no, you've got to do it. I was like, I don't have to do anything. And I just left him there.
Good for you.
Indulge these people. Like, I felt bad because and also this man is driving, like, yikes. He's, like, unsteady on a walker and he's driving. I'm like, where's your caretaker? But oh my goodness. So then I show up late to work and they're like, what happened? And I was like, I don't even know if I can explain this. And I tried to, and they're like, oh my God. I was like, he's probably still out in the parking lot, like, trying to recruit people to wrap their fobs in tinfoil. Don't do it, people.
Yeah, he won't lead by example of wrapping his own fob.
The double standard.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I have so many. Why was he out there that early? Why wasn't his fob wrapped in tinfoil? Would it actually work to unlock your car if it's wrapped in tinfoil? Probably not.
Good question. Who are the people?
What information are they stealing from your fob? How many times a day you unlock your car? Like,
why would that matter? Why would that be a secret? I don't.
Right.
If they want to take that information, go for it. I don't care. If they want to know where my car is, they already know. They've got technology in the car.
They have all the technology they need to track me.
We're not driving wagons. If they want to track you, they will.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I don't know why that happened.
I don't know. It's once again more questions than answers here.
A lot going on there.
Yeah. So, and then where was that guy driving to? He's clearly getting into his car. Like, where was he going to go?
Yikes. That's
on the road.
Scary. Yeah. A little scary.
It's a little scary. But yeah.
All right. Well, this has been Why Do You Think That Happened on Alternative Segments.
Wow. Wow.
Stole it from you. Alternative
Segments.
Okay.
All right. Clap, 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 clap.
What's that I hear in the distance?
Clap, 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 clap.
Is that the soft, gentle pitter-patter of a horse coming down the train tracks? Who's also atop a train?
Doo doo.
He's running on top of a train, I think. Yep, I think it is. And it seems like this horse train is making its way towards the station. We're almost there. But first, it looks a little peckish. It seems like it's struggling.
I'm hungry.
You hear that? It seems a little hungry. I think we might need to make a stop at the old pizza shop.
Yeah.
Because it's time for Pizza Secrets.
Pizza Secrets.
Nice and smooth.
Yep.
All right. Let's do that song.
All right.
Pizza Secrets, tell me your secrets. Pizza Secrets.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. All right. We've got some short and sweet pizza secrets for this week, since we're already going over time like always.
Yep.
So let's just bang them out.
Let's do it.
All right. My pizza secret is called Making It Rain.
Excellent.
Kristen, you were here for this event, and I'm sure you have fond memories of this happening.
Oh.
When we were in middle school.
I know exactly what you're going to tell.
I know you do.
Oh, no.
Yep. It's happening.
Oh.
I want to say sorry to our friend Gab.
I'm having like a gut reaction.
I know.
So.
It was so terrible. So when we were in middle school, we would always walk to school together every day. And I had a little habit, and I still do this habit because I'm a little brat. We all did
this. Everybody did this.
Yeah, but most people grew out of it.
Yeah.
I still do it to Ian all the time.
That is true.
After it's rained, the next day there's a bunch of water or snow, depending on where you live, in the trees. And you can do this fun thing where you jump up and you shake a branch and all the water will rain down on people. And isn't that funny? Because now you're wet.
It's cute.
It's cute until it's not.
Until it's not, yeah.
And on this day, it was not cute. So we were walking to school one morning. Our friend Gab had a big poster with her for this presentation she had to give that day. A nice, beautiful marker poster, a big poster board. And I, the impulsive, unmedicated ADHD child that I was, I decided to do this little trick, and I jumped up and I grabbed the branch and I shook it down on everyone, not even thinking about it. And it rained down onto Gab's poster, and it made all the marker bleed like off of her poster and absolutely totally ruined it. And I ruined her presentation, and she probably got a failing grade. And she was super, super mad at me. Everyone was upset with me in the group. She was so mad.
I think we were mad because she was mad.
Yes.
And
making Gab mad is like a no.
She has mad dad energy.
Yes, she does have mad dad energy. We love you, Gab.
Dad.
But yes, I should not have made Dad mad.
So we were more upset that you made Dad mad than actually, it was kind of funny until it wasn't, right? You're like, oh, you got your poster wet. You worked really hard on this.
Yeah.
Like,
isn't that a funny
Isn't a funny thing? And then she got really mad. Which I probably would have cried if it was me, right? Because it would affected my grade.
I would have just gone home. I'd be like, sweet, this is a reason to not go to school.
She didn't do the plastic bag trick where you get 2 plastic bags and you tie them together to cover your thing.
Well, to be fair, she didn't think it'd be raining that day.
You never know what the weather's going to bring.
And you never know with me, You never know when I'm going to shake a tree down on your head.
Also, we don't need to blame the victim, but...
You're the one who said you should have put it in a bag. That's on you, Gab. No, she'll probably...
I feel out of this story, I was the victim because I had to deal with Mad Dad.
Yeah. Yeah, you were the biggest victim of all.
Traumatized.
And I bet she's mad just listening to this.
She's mad. Oh, yes. She for sure is mad. I'm sure we're going to get an angry email about this.
Not a text,
a formal email. Dear Kristen and Grace, I remember.
Yeah. I have never forgotten.
I'm still mad.
Yeah.
I love Dad.
See you at Christmas time, love Dad. Yeah, I think she legitimately didn't talk to me for days. She was so mad for maybe weeks, She's probably, I think she's still mad.
She's still mad about it.
Yeah, because to be fair, that was a shitty thing to do. And I'm sorry, Gab. I am sorry. I didn't do it on purpose. It was my inner Kevin, my shitty inner Kevin.
Yeah. Kevin got the best of us all.
He got the best of me. He is an impulsive little brat, and he said, wouldn't that be funny if you shook this tree on everyone's head? And normally it is funny.
Normally it's like, oh, haha, funny, cute.
This sucks. Yeah. But this time,
not so much.
It was not funny. And I probably ruined her grade, and Gab hates getting in trouble with teachers also, and she probably got in trouble. I'm sure she blamed it on me, which that's fair. It was my fault. Pizza secret! Yep. Sorry, Gab. That one's been weighing heavily on my soul.
Chills just thinking about it. She was so mad.
Yeah, it was a bad day.
It was a bad day for everybody.
We're all traumatized by my bad decision.
Middle school.
Yep.
Yeah, drama.
Yep.
I have a pizza secret.
What you got?
Mine's called Algebra Turkey.
Okay.
In high school, I took, I don't know if it was algebra or like pre-calc or what, with
Miss Natarajan.
Oh my gosh, like the nicest person ever.
She is.
Like the nicest human ever.
Yes.
To walk the earth. Yeah, she's very sweet, very smart, and just like a kind, caring teacher. And unfortunately, she had the treat of, teaching us.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you and I were in the same category of being a treat for teachers. I was much worse than you.
Oh, for sure.
Even your antics were relatively tame.
Mine are harmless, but annoying, I would say.
Yep.
And so she would do these, she would like have this problem and she'd have like, 2 or 3 people go to the board, do the problem, and then we would like dissect like what they did. And sometimes I would get through the problems earlier than everybody else and you had to like stand up there. So I would just like, it must have been near Thanksgiving time. So I drew a little turkey. And then, one person laughed and I was like, that's all I need. And so now every time I went to the board, I drew a turkey. And then other people started drawing turkeys because I'm a trendsetter.
You are.
No, not at all. If you knew me in high school, you would know. But other people started drawing turkeys because they thought it was hilarious. And now we've got more people drawing turkeys than doing math problems. And she was like, okay, this is a problem. So she made a rule, no more turkey drawings. But that did not stop me. Like, what are you going to, like, throw me out? No.
I wish she had.
I know.
For drawing turkeys.
The worst.
You got written up.
Too many turkeys.
Won't stop. Addicted to drawing turkeys.
Yeah. It's become a real problem. And they would get fancier. We'd like, argue over markers. It was like, I can tell that like it's no longer about math. It's turkeys.
You started something that grew beyond you.
Yeah. And
are these hand turkeys?
Oh, no. These are like different color feathers and everything.
Legit turkeys.
Legit turkeys. We even put the little gobbler in there. This ain't no hand turkey. But so she made this rule and I still did the turkeys and everybody else stopped and they're like, okay, the joke's run its course. And I was like, no, I can't let it go. It's so annoying. And then this is what I feel really bad about this. She took the time. She bought a piece of poster board and she goes, if you get through all these math problems, I'll give you the rest of the block to draw one final turkey. And I was like,
one turkey to rule them all.
Fucking got it. Blew through the math problems. Got it. Nailed it. Spent the rest of the block drawing this big giant turkey. And she's like, okay, this is it. This is your last turkey. I go, yep. Next day, still drawing turkeys. Like,
you asshole.
Isn't that such a nice thing to do for a student who's clearly like stuck on drawing turkeys?
Yes.
And then they
can't move away from drawing turkeys.
Just couldn't leave it alone. And then you give them a chance. You're like, what if I just gave in and let them draw one last final turkey? And then they just, shit in your face. Is that the right saying?
No, not at all. But
it's
one of those sayings. Yeah.
Spit in your face. Maybe that's
face,
what I'm
not
saying.
Spit in your face. Oh my God. Slightly different vibe to those two sayings.
That being said, I'm not spitting or shitting in anybody's face. No, she like gave me a chance to like get it out of my system, and I just totally just blew it, and I was just a little dick.
Yeah, it was a thoughtful teacher intervention.
And it was like such a like a creative, kind way of going about it.
Like leaning into your interests. Yeah, encouraging you.
Yeah, and keeping me, you've got to do your math problems, but here's also a poster board, something to motivate you.
Yeah.
And then I just didn't follow the rules, and I still feel bad about it. Like, I don't think I've drawn a turkey since.
She's probably like, God damn it.
Fucking turkey again.
Can't believe she didn't quit. I feel like it was probably especially confusing for teachers because you were such a good kid.
Yeah.
That it was like, what is going on?
Right.
Why can't she stop drawing these fucking turkeys?
I don't know. I think someone was just like, haha, that's funny. And
You're
then
like a class clown. Yeah, you get one laugh. And
I get one laugh and I can't let it go.
I'm dedicating my life to this now.
I'm the turkey draw person.
You are the turkey.
I am.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I still feel bad about it. And Miss Natarajan was such a great, kind teacher, and I really appreciated her. And I wish I wasn't a little shit.
Yeah, well, we all make mistakes, and maybe you learned from it, maybe you didn't. Maybe she learned from it. She's
like, I'm never trusting a student again.
Yeah, probably taught her a valuable lesson.
Yep. Don't give me anything.
Yeah, an important lesson.
Yep. All right. And that was our Pizza Secrets.
Great pizza secret.
Yeah.
All right. And this has been Words of a Feather, an AuDHD-Adjacent podcast. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
You can send us your responses if you want to email us at wordsofaFeather@gmail.com.
Write in your pizza secrets if you feel like it.
Yep. Give us your feedback about the task paralysis tackler hotline.
Let me know if you want a phone call or FaceTime.
Yeah, let us know if you want Kristen to bully you into starting tasks.
Christopher to Nana
Yes.
cherish
hold
you.
your hand, I
Yeah.
guess. You can find us on Instagram at Weirds of Feather. Check out our polls every Monday night. You can join our Facebook group.
Yeah.
You can buy us a coffee at ko-fi.com/weirds of a feather. I think I saw in the Facebook group that Susan gave us a little donation after months and months of meaning to, but not being able to get the executive function to do it. So congratulations, Susan.
Thank you,
Thank you so much
Appreciate
for supporting us.
And in response, we gave her an episode she probably won't be able to listen to.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry.
Sorry about the hyena birth stuff, Susan.
Yeah.
I'm working on cleaning up my act, but not really.
No, worth it.
Yep, sorry. All right, and that is it, yeah?
Yeah.
That's for you, Miss Natarajan. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You heard it. All right, see ya.